ahwefo na tie for me mo bi akwa by the quarter show so an episode no ya to need single parenting na single parenting so ya dia me gidi ye say obi anim but just say nti ase no na me gidi ye say ebi mu anim enu nti ene ye wo hanom si ya ye ba bedo emusko na ye ne mo eden e ba betwetwe san komo yi na ye ba be share the struggle the strength and also the things I be more eden they don't talk about na me ameka say your friend Mr. Doubleman Nelly the man akwa ba the quarter show so
Me da se pa.
now what to say
Nyame adom boko na say.
me so me ho ye na ye can single parenting na onti ase mu no sen e na obeje no afa
Singing parent here, either so ba no bema. Oh, wa kola, ana kola.
right
But only another spouse or another partner or buano in the upbringing of the child. As nipa sa no ne nti ofia omuti dan ana efie ba kuma the daily upbringing of the child no ye involved. It is any no kwa na carry bibia no the primary sole provider of the child. Internet a single parent.
it could be say be a mother or a father and
Yes,
it
could
be say
be
be
a
a female
yeah.
right okay because I na e bi mo enhye da ni entiase ni ye because ana dodo na na fi say solely na na mamu mu na say den omo refer to and I say be omo hu ni say mamu mu na den omo find themselves in that situation no
Yeah,
because I'm prepping and time more mema na say en kan mema na omo den a single parent
yeah, because Bani Bebre na be default parent. And yeah, by choice, but as a society no. Excuse me to say, Obema ni oba or hona say omuja waria.
right
Obema need to me easily move on. Ekofa oba for creating new family.
yes
But Bani there, most of the time, I'm not having custody of the children.
right
It's on no bed the primary caretaker of the children. And some society actually that, but in different circumstances, no. In Bemani be or they like to take care of their own children. Shahan to no educe maybe or Bemano no didn't call any be quawari.
okay nice our rejoin ne ba e bi ono no be obefan kwala ne mum na say na
Yeah.
instead of so be jan kwala ne the custody of oba ne mum na wa fan kwala na de ko
Yeah.
right na ugidi ye say ese obia na ese oye parent ana
Oh, and dear, me sure say parent, you go for a say parent, unya way, not be parent. Parent is a whole different situation when you actually have a human being to take care of. You have to learn to be a parent. And yeah, baby, now we learn on the job. Oh, firstborn, I did be see yeah, way a firstborn, so yeah, idea, yeah, scapegoat. A dear mammy, have a from yeah, trial. As I don't
five so I just say I get ku anima
as a first boss, then they almost show half right. After that, maybe a second boss, maybe third boss. They actually have some
yeah
experience
right
with their hand.
so sometimes ana o kasa about first born I just sometimes na I mean parents in people honoma they almost getting 100% to a certain level
Definitely.
because of say be akoyo mo first child and today be a akwala be a second one bem and I say be a third one bem any be a omutimi e den nya that experience no to be solely and I say be omutimi e den e be ye the parent e be an oh as a child no e den o hwehwe say be a o maame na na so papa no e den
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, na yeah, city and Wagana, no, baby, na yeah, yes, no. We used to question even if our parents loved us because they were sometimes somebody fast no to me said and koye. But only now be who better I say okay, no more crap no. Almost said that ain't named the omoye, but they were also trying their best. And now, Opa, I'm an only ha class na. Normally, more parenting courses. Into him, so your parents now you are struggling. There are courses for you to learn and also give you strategies, new information. Say, oh, parents, when you bet me about, bet me share. Obano.
na sa program ya okay omo obi wo ye krom Ghana na
And to be honest, I don't know. Yeah, once Ghana no, because of your communities, no. Sometimes oh crap now you have your moms to help you or your neighbors and your aunties and stuff like that. Ain't na him saying because as a community based in Shedan and most people who find themselves alone raising up children no. And someone like sometimes they almost struggle like they go to these places to get courses to help them.
right okay since ya no me pese ye hwe ekwan a ɛnam so ɛma obi ɛba bɛyɛ single parent, whether being it a woman or a man or male or female, because I know say there are several factors
Mhm.
a lead to say be obi ba bɛyɛ single parent. Nti me pɛ share that area no ɛkwan yɛ fa so a obi yɛ dɛ ɛba bɛyɛ single parent, because meaning say dodoɔ naa na ana ebi mu fi sɛ bi a awaregya yɛ nko a
Mm.
ɛna ɛma obi bɛyɛ dɛn ɛba bɛyɛ single parent, because dodoɔ naa no that is the area na most of us na yeah our mind is and I say yeah focus on.
Yeah.
Eti me pɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ those areas no wo feel say ɛkwan bɛɛ so ne kwan bɛɛ so na ɛyɛ nam a ɛma obi timi bɛyɛ single parent.
Kwani de bebree. Sometimes teenage pregnancy so to me ba. Ebi a see so no a young girl. Wa sheda nhwe ho so yi na ukonye meye. Ena be mani nye ready.
Right.
Onu se bia or go school. Onye ready so be worry. So you become a single parent by default. Nti ano sa no so wan konya be na bia onu so or interested in the child ebeka wonkwa no na kofo bebe I say even Ghana cry chiwa there before to even have a child at a young age ukonyima our parents and our family to make pull because some who say chale be money that will not be there and they don't want that, so they do that to discourage young people. But things and I'm saying things have changed. And I think so bit me about say we shall be only a brabo master to say mo share senior be ya mo bit me aware. But then something can happen if you couple yeah mo be me mo bit me akotiti or even the woman.
Na so obi chiti e no nche say bi a that it say lady to say bi a ba bɛyɛ.
Oh, a pani bo ha or be my cheaty. I'm feeling say we cheaty the any me warrior. That means say no na be ye. It's no nipa sa no or on your own standard. Say I don't want to
Nti obi chiti a na was meja no na then you rather become a single parent rather than say bi a okay obe ni nipa na be trans na be fa kwan a bi a ba so e bi okoye sa de no, because emprepi no te say de wo kan e ma dodo na bi one be ma te na sabi be ma no twa ne ho a was meja be ma no. So it could be say bi a wo ye bibi a ɛnnam ne kwan so bi a bɛrima no ne bɛrima no krange a bi a waka ka ɛna ɛdɛ unso hu fi ɛna bi a bɛrima no kɔ akɔyɛ sɛ, because woba abɛgya yi I don't think say bi a woba bɛtena hɔ saa I know say well ebi mu ɛyɛ ɔman no bi a ɔmo timi ka sɛ okay memfa bɛrima wawo ebi a wɔnyɛ ɔba akwadaa baako anaa mmienu
yeah.
sisi ano de ato na adwuma sɛ sisi ano that is it wɔwie so what I say, but yɛwɔ ɔmo sɛbi wafi sɛ bi a Jenny no ɔbɛtoa so ne bi onya bɛrima foforɔ a ɔbɛsan so afa no, because sɛ wɔka sɛ bi a bɛrima wei wakɔyɛ saint na deɛ ɔkɔ akɔfa no nso no wonim sɛ bi ɔno nso the same thing ɛyɛ den ɔbɛyɛ a.
Yeah, me tia say about say cheating the who sensing bebree ba. Yare so wo. What you saying ti your baby or her so me can some women have standard.
Yeah.
So we say we cheat here, untolerate such cheating behavior.
Right.
It's your beka cho say okay, or no beka sa watch you and I say we say who cheat here. Beka cho say jai. So when jaya and then a day sa separation ni be
Na wa ba ɔba nso ɔno nso cheating so wonim sɛ ɛma nso cheating do.
Oh, definitely.
Because ɛwɔ sɛ ɛma cheating no kwa na yɛ den sɛ ɔbɛkye hɔ so wonim saa deɛ, because ɔno sɛ ɛma yɛ secretive nti na ɛma sɛ ɔmo cheat a ɛyɛ very very hard.
It's not like we know how to play the game better.
So because ɛwɔ sɛ mɛma no, because as yɛyɛ a ani gye no the fun of it no ebi kura na timi bɔ ɔdanfo bi ama ne nti sɛ si ano na pa ne akyew so what I say. But Nelly mepɛ sɛ saa nkɔmmɔ wei no mepɛ sɛ yɛ domus kɔpaa we have to dive into it na because ɛha adwene bebree so what I say, because ebi wɔ hɔ koraa na yɛ ɔbɛrima bi wɔ hɔ na ɔhyia ɔbaa bi na ebi a ɔba baako koraa na mmienu koraa na ayɛ na onya a different thought about saa ɔbaa no think sɛ bi a ɔbaa no bi a ne suban mi nti na ɛyɛ den sɛbi ɔyɛ akɔba ne saa na mepɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ this area. What about sex? Because me who say sex and so sometimes it lead to single parents, because your money be on ma naturally no omo mpe sex enti no say when be mate na be man so if once most money be on ma that's their need. So what I say, because bema de me nye sure say bema any oba be ware na so no wa ware no to them a na bia wenim think say bia I mean we ho ye fine you know wenim it like o body and say o face no kwa no say wa ware wo de ba betena fie. What I say enti no say if you deny bema sex don't don't you think say no so lead to say be a bit me de our job be na be a wa be single parent.
Let me correct you. And but naturally, and yes, I am per sex. Yeah, per sex, pa. Mon bear man.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh,
Me say I want
definitely.
something I me say a man be. Me can't say
Okay.
man, me say a man be.
There's no money be naturally. Every woman likes sex or loves
Oh yeah,
sex.
sure.
Yes. Mon bear man no na moonim
Me that
how to treat
I don't
the
think so.
body of a woman for to reach its full potential. And I said, now saying you men are listening more, you're learning. I'm hoping that that will change.
Right.
But then I just want to put it out there that women love sex. It's not true that I don't. We love it. It just sometimes who share or maybe not say on share how your body works, then you might not have those nice experience for you to be wanting to engage in sexual activities.
Right. I want say a man be enfem ma man into no say because now we come about cheating. Into no on say so ba one fa ma be man na. And no ma be man na de kwa bonten no na bi akofa foforo na afi waka say okay sisi a no na be man mintime ere. Any trend bi think it's okay. And men nyina atisa. Then now if we bo wa bi mu pose okay sisi a de I'll remain single. So I just say me fa yi bi into me who say sex and so also it play a major role when it comes to single parenting. Because you will be walk na ubitimi ne be ma cry at them so no na sabe on
Okay,
man
yeah.
and I be at the whole month ni be abako and 3 months bako and even 6 months no nya be 4 bi pe. What you
Not
say?
was it for not for was it 6 months and a one week for?
Yeah, me say be at 6 months.
Okay.
So when be on man 4 pe. Because you kwa o na me hire me ya na manikum and so a lot of excuses into no me gidi say e ho no so no e say e area say yetimi hwe ne ye pa say bi asa sabe o yo ba na bi a that area no ne be mate unu ku te na o mo homodin wo sa area na obetimi eden enya adwen foforo na say bi a you just have to have a different mind because one nya and also timi ha adwen pi because be man no be feel say I don't know about my waro na me no te na say ni so what I say.
I think I have a different opinion because most of the time, no, yeah, mbano, yeah, actually we stay with you men because of the children. Because yeah, be single parents. Yeah, yeah, mbano, beti we free our family unit, no. Sometimes mo chiti cry, we put up with it
Okay.
for the sake of the family.
Right.
It is sometimes you could do baby na so obema obani will say, you know, I can't cope with this. Or to mean obema ni agreement. Okay. Baka
Oh, say
maka
you don't
Would quiet
the other so
exactly, but many the men call enko kambe kambe. And now
fire
yeah, ha enko fa yeah. It's one say a couple bo how much feel pan, but obia when is separate rooms. Just because for the children, what I say na be need to me the ope anti be man was such a crap na. Oh, and funny who's so bit meaning na ko baby ana. Obi kwa ko hu be man kwa o ka che de ni crap ni wini. Nti on should and take here ni
Okay.
what
Now, Nelly, what about arranged marriage? On say arranged marriage, also yeah, another area, and I say another factor, and also a little bit to single parenting, because say udum pempens will be as oba na
yeah.
yeah the bema be show. Say bema we, ebi a bema we in a bush man, I said the papa ye be be
Yeah.
e dia my intino or one ye person or no. Then meanwhile no, on some penalty a for so crown and be a uji tuma along the line would do stage be a utimi eden ukonya de opa
Oh yeah.
so I say utimi eden ejai sa be man na utimi free sa relationship no na afọ waba be single ana onye
Oh
me nya
yeah,
adwen wo sa
definitely. To say be a senior can sometimes we see so who also do for be an initiation na ho by area ho o ma me no papa ni no ma ko for abrante be a senior can be a mo see abrante family ebi wo man na say family na ye bibia ma oba ne family see okay o mo ware what I say it's on be catch oba so aware de enye odo ukwa as time goes on ubedo okum but okum na what I said still la neni woni chi area and the boyfriend it's obema de be say ba we kam ni ta say won shada fan ni bia ma
no they not coming
exactly nti and also no yeah after a while obema ni bit me I say okay I can't go on with it nti and a tram no tram no and yes I dey call ma me fie maybe by then no there's children involved what I say so yeah that can result in being a single parent. But I don't want us to dwell. Me also as single parents, a lot of like you are saying, especially Mumbema, Okunwo Ghana, they are from born one, born two,
Yeah.
born
China
three.
na me kind before. No?
Exactly, and they see it as something that the woman should be ashamed
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
But any part of them
Yeah,
have
abomination be
exactly.
ebi mada.
It's a human being now. I don't know.
Because once a bema on bema nso single parents na bi owo eba mienu miensa no onya oba bi a oba no timi eden etimi ti ase ma sa bema no ama ofa bema no nkwala no ene ebe ye ne de na
Yeah.
etimi tete nkwala no but eba mema no say bi a bema hu oba bi na as I said earlier no hu say bi
Yeah,
oba
my
no
son do the work of they even feel like sometimes, even though Obanya single mother, no, maybe a bear man is sounds so bad around.
right sana mema no edwe.
Yeah, some of them.
Okay.
Means to say about a so a single
But it's true though.
mother.
It is very true.
Ni papa ba around that.
Yeah,
You know, they
it is very true because in a sense that say ne papa ne ba ne former boy and say the former kunu ba na bi ohun say sisi an be ma no wo ba na kwan mu no wa hwe no ama sisi an wa hyehye mu wa ye kama sisi an won say na the previous and say the ex no won say na afi na ni eden esan wo and the possibilities say oba no betimi because once there's a children involved no the possibility say be a man be betimi say ade omo ho ama omo ex no very very hard. And
probably I don't know, but yes, it happens. Say flame say we much then do me there. It be to me sorry anytime.
right.
But that's if Sobani have not moved on fully. But yeah, some
Oh,
of
but
them
you'll be on now. They've moved on fully, but still I don't. Oh, bet you need to be about that. The next bit about that now for back kite. Oh, tama na starting on say this say come on na so liar me be body chair on that oh joint be na me de omo kon say man so de
yeah, na
de bia masum ye mo de so I just de bia mo pensem peti it the works ne ba no chale obo na I mean works ne kwa na bia obesa e bia before kwa na ne te kwa na bia no man hyeda enkoyi ene bia wo new guy a wanya no kra no ebi ono so kra na nhye da enye Elizabeth ebi a wo ex na sese wasa ba wakwan mu no sese anyame ya da aton so pa bia den eguru so ma sese ara sabe e no ma toto ye dia ma no wo se na have e ma so de sabe mo pa ba bia hoye de hoye
comfort.
na afi wani ya de esan so akwa sa side hono mo what I say because when it comes that and I say e ba sa ne pa we need you say it is fair on the new bema na on no etno.
I know it's not fair, but I know say sometimes it causes, like I said, problems. The new guy will feel threatened. What you say, and that's because I did me going crap on no tell. I said Obama fa the whole me. Internet it actually goes against single mothers. But we shouldn't also forget that sometimes in Bani be also our ex-husband and our ex-boyfriends no. New women are almost to be cause trouble ma Obama the year for fraud. Just because it be like you said it be or movie on and I still it be quite nice and needs that so Jenny S. But I say S know what had enough with her now we move on. So basically I could say problem for the new woman. So those dynamics is really tricky. Even for the male and both the female single parenting.
Right, okay. Na ahwefo ne atiefo na mesan so ebo mu nkae biem se eye the quarter show so na mo hwe e de afri no ene nkomo na se an episode no is about single parenting na ye hwe ekwan I mean ye hwe the strength the struggle and the things aya na prepping ebi mu enka ho asem I know say single parenting ebi mu enim but ebi mu enso enim ni ewo mu pa kwan ye bi e fa so e ma ye nen ebinom eba be single parent nti na ene ho komo ena yeden ye ne mo etwetwe ewo fidua ne mu hanum sei na mestre say won subscribe ya obe subscribe to your YouTube channel no the Mindset Mo Studios ye sound so TikTok the Mindset Mo Studio ena Facebook nso yes rep ye best say obeja comment na wa share your video no so e dia mai ebie mo so na me bon kai say wo hwe program na ebia you find yourself in that situation say be a single parent me pese obeja comment o video na kwan e bi e fa so I mean ma wo obeye single parent and I say be a sabi say be I mean anything e be a da e na betimi ada amenko for so any different opinion about e be say obi a single parent whether say oye bema and I say oye oba Nelly
Yes.
back to ye nkoma ye twetwen on say ye wo ye mani bi wo so a oba ye culture ni ma peer pressure ɔsɛ yɛwɔ ɔma ne bi wɔ no ma ɔmo do certain age a ayɛ a na yɛfɔ so ɔma sɛ o wadu awareɛ kwan so nti kyenkyene ha ware ebi koraa na sɛbe ɛwɔ mu sɛ mmaa deɛ ayɛ a mudu stage bi a you be thinking about sɛ wopɛ sɛ
Yeah, marriage. Yeah.
wɔhɛn woware but yɛde that pressure no too so a te sɛ deɛ na meka yɛde too so a ɔn sɛ ɛno nso wobɛtumi akɔfa bɛrima bi a ɔmpɛ
Yeah.
so ahu nti ɛno saa no afei wo ne ne mmaa ne bia ne bɛrima yi ɛkɔwo mmienu mmiɛnsa sometime koraa no saa bɛrima no ne da koraa no it could be sɛ bi a wo no bɛtumi ne no atena bi a bɛyɛ 10 years koraa no ne bi orgasm koraa na wonya bi koraa yɛ da because of sɛ you don't have any feelings so what I say for set
Okay.
because so what I say because pressure any yɛde too so na yɛde wode worry such person
Yeah.
so it could be sɛ bi a ɔbɛrima nso vice versa ɛda sɛ ɔbaa bɛrima nso saa yɛbɛtumi de ɔbaa bi nso ayɛ dɛ ɛde akyekyere wo
Yeah.
so ahu wobɛtumi de ɔbaa no ate bɛte na wakoma mu no wonhyɛ ɛnni
Yeah.
ɔdɔ bi yɛ dɛn ɛde ma no nti sometimes wɔne ne da koraa no a wotumi picture obi foforɔ so ahu obi foforɔ anim na ɛno mmom na woyu so na ɔne ɔbaa no ɛyɛ dɛn ɛde da anaasɛ ɔde bɛrima
The crap.
oh yes it's true.
You are sleeping with somebody, you are picturing somebody else.
Yes, it is very true. So what I say, and you know, say bibi sa no happen na, on say ukom na afi edu stage bi a, ɛno nso no saa time no bi ado ho akɔ wɔ ma wie, nkwala abem. Afi bi do mpɛmpɛ so bi no, utimi ka sɛ na asisi ha no, ne bi a makonyi obi foforɔ, ana asisi a bɛrima wie kura na so ɔbaa wie kura no. Me nhyɛ dan ni connection bi enti no, ma me free relationship nim.
Oh yeah, and you see the beer. Say even as human beings can obi cry when I say from beginning now the mood no muko why we and after some time na some honeymoon period need free na then you begin to actually see the person for who they are. Which to me I feel like you guys and now so that don't be manani Ninyame bia ni ni ebi o yes no it's starting to look like you don't even like the person anymore. And at that time, no, suddenly I can collab more already. So then you feel like, you know what, why don't I leave the marriage and then have my own peace of mind? And maybe you are hoping, say, and you go and meet someone better. Yeah.
Na on say another way a me pɛ sɛ sound so ɛhwɛ. Aya na yɛn yɛasetena mu no de biara na yɛka sɛ because deɛ me no kakra a mehu ne sɛ ɛma ne mmarima te a aya na mmarima no dodoɔ naa no ɛtaa wu ɛgya mmaa no.
Really?
Oh yes.
Because
You
there's a research that married men live longer than married women. So I like to hear your point.
right, okay. Me deɛ kakra research kakra me no mehu ɛne atesɛm kakra me no mate ɛne sɛ couples so ɔmo wɔ a ɛyɛ na dodoɔ no ano mmarima no ewu egya mmaa no think sɛ bi a okay ebi mu sɛ ana mmarima no adwen bebree because of the pressure lying on their shoulders the responsibilities are ɛwɔ mmarima no so nti no ɔmo dwen bebree nti no ayɛ na ɛba saa na ɛtumi yɛ na yɛdu ɔmo du stage bi a na sɛbe ɔmo yɛ dɛ ana mmaa no koraa ka sɛ na dabɛ koraa bi a nkwalaa yi koraa no wompɛ baabi ma yɛn na agya yɛ mmɔ yɛ sese bi na daakye bi woni hɔnom a so ahu saa that kind of way no nti ana mprɛpie no ana mmarima no ɛfiri mu gya mmaa no ma mmaa no so tumi yɛ dɛn ɛba baabi because na sɛ mehu video bi ɛwɔ media no so young guy bi he was like ɔmpɛ sɛ obɛhu single I don't know sɛ bi a you had a chance on that video a sɛ like he doesn't want to do anything with a single parent so what I say ama single parent for ni biya then enso kakra me hu I mean about two women be almost so they did the video almost a reply guy no because single parents ya dia ebi mu nim but omo ntia ase anase a kwan fa so e de ma ebi no ebe yes obi wo kwa na sabe ebi na ya accident ene ebi ani ku tu kan ene ebi ya den ofi ebi oba no kwa no sabe
no ko
wo na wo kwa so e den went me e den I'm back so better prep people doesn't have that understanding a choir instead of say be hu obi na bi a we be pochi nipa no wa find it out say be a choir fast so but
circumstances
exactly but we be hu na ya judge so we say so e bia the suba na so pemema sema na say why because I know say a kwan be brave so na de sadie we den e de ba
I know you know what before even me see so and I'm young I'm still young but me starting young I never wanted to date a single guy
right
I mean a single parent with a child
right I
because
think say no the Emma bebree no empɛ saa de no. Say
yeah.
wo ɔbaa wo ni ba na e bi afei na ɔ start ɔpɛ so ɔde ne ho wura. I think so onya ho say bɛrima we wɔ ba pɛ she doesn't want to
Yeah. It's only one. Be one more be out to say be okay, or be or banning said I need any or bear money home. And now there are circumstances that you actually really like the guy. It's a bit to me, I say, when you will say, be a cranny at Nipa Bakwa, a bit to me, by more than two, and now more than one, it's become a problem. It is some women almost, you know, single parents, and yet because there's a lot of logistics involved. And so now be share or bema or what a you have to think about also far clan. A clan name the what remember so clan is coming from
a different
what you say. Also making sure say a clan get to know the child, a clan also be about so that you guys can form a unit of a family. So a clan to me get it to the child that's going to cause problems in the marriage. Because when Kolani be or hey be cry, they'll be saying some things like, oh my, yeah, me say. And now sometimes in Bani be worry in Bema with children. We've heard of bad stepmothers.
Oh
What
yeah,
I
and
say.
the baby P.
Yeah, bad
How I
stepmothers.
almost titi and kwala no near that
Exactly,
because because and kwala no mo bet tonight
Yeah, oh,
almost titi mo mano, you know, in a nice way.
Obviously, me and you, Adriani, say, Siana or the Adriani fresh now or no neighbor, net they or and dry no dear man, Nabano man, or what you're saying. See, there's a lot of bad experiences with
Even school crowd say no school e bia ono ne man be kono say ni kunu kaka so dey say no dey bi dem na say school we dey school fees no boy den man nko say school we ya but ono ne man dey on
private
so what
schools.
I say
Yes,
and
yeah. So those kind of all these logistics involved, you know. So we know be our love for children now. What I say it's going to cause a lot of problems. And then be money be brain so be or we you may more should anya time a man and back. It's they leave their kids to be raised by this strange woman. To them, Kolan is a strange man because I mommy.
but okay talking about single parents and I say a man na yen come with you bebre de bia na say man nko side nko because if we ask I don't know say bia if we ask
It's
is
against women.
I mean, I think the word is against men or say minim. Even though your one fellow bema kwano sometimes in komo bi ba na situation bi ba kwa na ebi esen kono kwa no support kwa no actually. Ono so gina bi at the other side. So internet like the word is against men. Me dream one mean say
it's against men or it's against women?
it's against men.
In what way?
Ah, na say bibia ye ma bo hwe kwa na hwe. There's a Mother's Day, birthday ba ma me ho o papa me hu video bi now I think it's Nigerian or sitting in man down, three of them, two guys and two of his sons and a daughter. And Obusa and the money nyina say edeba de and oma tomano. Because we who say oma to gift. I dear oma mami. But almost school fees when it ya. Almost and omo pointed to omo father and said only it ya. And Obusa was in Tideba de bear pa and or the
Oh,
and the kids they couldn't even utter a word. Me and saying at the one moment me and cash. And to be biased like mom.
I think it has to do with relationship.
So what I say?
One say in Bema no more provided. But when it comes to having actual relationship with Nkolana, in Bano, I having more points because some of me daily activities with them. No, so what I say,
but there are some men. There are some men. They also have time for their children. No? They do. Yes, there are some men almost spending quality time with their children.
And I think there's a lot of investment in Mother's Day. Mother's Day, but also they roll more than Father's Day.
Because you fathers now, a lot of fathers my mom is single parent, a lot.
Yeah,
but we don't get to talk about them.
Yeah.
It's always the women. Into the major one, and I say, be and I say, and my, and a man is saying, some of them,
and they
are
actually
struggling.
Become better parents.
When my man,
and them not be a single father, sir, they actually become really better parents than even mom to me it's beautiful to see. I've seen one before where the panel and Colombian they were two girls. Now Colani says, see, I bet I want to papa and yes,
imagine say be a single father, yeah, okay. Imagine say be okay. Or three daughters, two daughters. Maybe I'm calling be and how are you going to cope? Because on middle stage be when they are turning into, I mean, teenagers, I feel because ɔmo ho asiesie ne because at that period no, at that time no wontumi nkɔ na wonkɔdware mo na ebi asɛbe ɔmfa nka sɛ ebi awohoro ɔmo ase ne adeɛ
Yeah, yeah.
wate ase you need a woman around you need a woman in the house a obetumi akyerɛkyerɛ ɔmo saa saa nneɛma no nyinaa wate ase.
Okay, that also bring me to this point. Sometimes you're a single parent. To be a single parent, but you have support around you. What you say? Ubo ha ebia send your two Jamaican no or one ma many aunties were around. Even though papa ni is single no or like motherly figures around for the girls need to emulate. It is some single parents, they have support around them. So it's not like they are doing it all alone. So we have to differentiate single parenting with single mother or single father. What I said, totally different ones.
And so what a day until a mom obey single fathers and also mothers.
Oh, so we a single parent. Or no, a single, or not single. Not single mother, yeah. We a single mother. That means you don't have a husband. You are not married, so you're a single mother or baby mama. Now
You know, which means that
baby mama.
you will marry Bohonoma. As your might be in say, okay, they will just only want a child or children. They don't want.
Single.
They don't want to stay with it. Almost person no ebi or nebe ma better. And you woman many bi won so ebi or no so be say
only a single father.
Only a single father. No so be say bi or ne oba better. But or be so
or
you
no any baby.
nti ono be wo na ebi o wo wi a ono wo ebi o say okay me je me bana me amatete no. Right? And yes na o patche.
No, single parents. Wunkwa na wo tete no. But single father, yeah, you can be a single father, but still be in the child's life. What you say, single father is be a muware, we are different entities. But single parent, there's no another parent. He a single parent. Single father, yeah, na ni ma ni wo ho na mo jai. And they be a wako baby no so
eno nkomo ne ye ka and eno nkomo ne ye ke say na make say when as a father no and as a man you become a single parent. So what I say, yet we don't talk about side no. So what I say, side no. Na a man de no kwa na ye ka. So what I say, enti no na me pese.
Enti na quarters wo.
Enti me pese etiefo a na sa hwefo mo hwe ye no. Say we a single father a kwan ye bi e fa so e man ba ye single father no obetimi de ache ne the things are a lead to that and I say be a pressure on name because your person will be hu na be a member no so no yetimi more the attention a member na say be omo why the single parent no almost yetimi more matter because do na say you shift attention no ko den a man so Nelly na ye kasa kwa me be say me hu the pressure a day if you're a single parent a day ba so because I know say oh yes, even though moye mmienu no kwa no still kwa no there's pressure. It imagine say be a wonkwa as a single person, one kwala be 3, one kwala be 2, especially abuchi hadum say ye UK hadum say obey your school run, or them kwala ne kwa after school club. So I say activities a lot. So sometimes when they be a holiday, one holiday no kwa ebiem kwa ba adwuma sem because adwuma no kwa be a background na the amount of hours e be say we the kwa no untimi nye nti sika kwa na ese wunya na be a o dividend kwala na be ko holidays no kwa no it is very tough nti me pese ye hwe the pressure e de eba single parent for eso
pressure in the baby. Ideally, akola ba wiase a any kwan say one parent but obviously circumstances about say parents na no mom de akola ne ba wiase no mu ni hobby. Inti ba kwa ba ye single parent. Inti financial pressures. What I say, still be mu ye mienu a you see two heads are better than one. We di ba, we so di ba, na mu di abom, na mu di ahwa akola. But koye onko be school fees. Onko be chia aduane. Ebi person ye investment akola ne ko extra curricular activities. What I say, even holidays crap no. It's very, very hard. It's that sometimes more approaching they go to for the government for support. She a single parent, be a bani bit me a boy no amount baby our better because of him colani tino. Was also some money be a bit me amount then upkeep. Even they do it for the men as well. 18 is and no to me boy. But no soon after sometimes no expenses no it doesn't meet up. you have to work and subsidize their word no. It's about the sana, it affects in no upbringing. The way person or show umbano. To me and show me because you have those financial difficulties. It to me so to me affect relationship. Every single parent, no, either male or female, no, relationship crowd or person or war with other people, no, who on 3. Obi beka say oba wo 3 odi nkola ne.
Mhm.
Obi ka say odi nkola no de na ekọ he. One obema be na be pair with 2, 3, 4 children. You know, so those kind of things also affect him. But now, omo nkola more than 2, 3, 4, 5. I know some people still get some men to marry them, you know. Some people still get men to marry them. But omo munya no uko hu obema fufro na pen crap na you have to consider nipa na wako shane na person ne bobra no udwe womba no ho is a person somebody obesma role model drama or ban. What I say because we've heard stories of especially single mothers, sorry, single parents ban. Be vulnerable. There are some men who actually targets them. Especially who your my ama abaya ma dying now na obetimi wa bet now so. Ono ontwa rent. Ebi akakre bi ode beba ntino. Also eja uhia some handiworks be around the house. You are accepting. They abuse some children in this relationship because
Yeah, of course.
what you are saying. As a woman who go into relationship, I have to factor all
All
these
those
things.
money in
Them man na make kofa na ba na memba na ba bomu. The character is saying what you say, Juma be no ye, odo memba se ni odo mi ana. What you said, all those things have to
I
factor.
say no na che na le one na trans because one na trans I no money nyina no hu ana me boa.
Oh, sometimes your empire, or yes, empire be
Oh.
empire. I say, God, if this man is for me, what you say, if it's not for me, take him
No,
out. You
me
can
yen ka say empire nye there but in reality no only nipa ni ntu anamo ya me ngidi say normal wo hwehwe no wo be hu afri say
exactly. See, I know, son. Me, I always advise said, don't introduce your children to these men earlier on in the relationship. Get it time to know the person. To uni mo be pia, ben fani mba ofie. Protect your children. Ube shani wo baby. And as ube ko ni fear. What I say, ma wako ye whatever you guys want to do. It's why who for some time also okay. Be my way. While checking all the good points, I don't mind bringing him around my kids. Then you introduce your kids to him. What you say?
on say na all can about support aya na ebi munye free government no e wo UK ha no say because on say sa support no aya na emema ni bi ene ema ni bi nso aya na omo we na etimi enya banta ewo saa emboa no ho ebo kwa na be fan say bia benefits sika na say bo no e bia edan a ye de amom no nti ne basa na e de aware jai ne bape eno so no emboa so ho na e de separation okay we akwa ha na ebie mu so no ye hwɛ the family aspect na because on say fathers no the role a you play ewo omo kwala abrabom no aya na eboa ye because especially a male child
Yeah.
so I
Even
say
female child, female children
because
need their
yeah,
fathers.
the way I are not fathers no more reacted to or more man as certain situations, it different from how a man so no any more reacted
Yeah.
situation as more process it and no maintenance say a man and our fathers and if they are not in the life of ma sometimes I are not san kwala no upbringing no do stage be I mean it me and affect society
Yeah.
so I say because akola we there wasn't any father figure around that obetimi attain mu no so and oba nso no yeah na I mean oba do ye den a oye oba so I say the way a man head den e be hwe oba na so betete akwala no different from how oba because oba there that sympathy ne that badaye no so that love no wo hunti no akwala no ye stop it guys
Yeah, yeah.
you understand because yeah I mean watch mu cry na me nyemo 9 months na the process of fair moving that
Yeah.
no man ni
It's
ana
true. They're kind of ample because I say in Bemani Baby Krana or more Basisiana, it's even projecting that a lot of them were raised by single women because Omo are very soft. Like before, you can't bear what I say. Say Bema no maba no money in bani cry air pre.
say ni nyina boil down to this single parenting I come once away because say wo relationship na say bema enima enkwala no motete no we do baby a having so that I say no na office is ya hwe society ni ma uhu kwala ni bi wono ma sabi omo life aye basa
Yeah,
omo
yeah. They didn't have someone to be like a role model father in their life, on trauma, like how life has to be like a man, even how to even be a provider, how to be a family man, and how to play your role in the society, because men play significant roles in the society to help with children upbringing, even with how the society is. Nti some nyama we nyina affect me wa we ama ebia ni say na say we your ba bit me akwa. There's a lot of virtuous women
of course
around,
yeah yeah
but they are not being appreciated because men were raised like women by this single parenting style. And I don't know how we can bridge that gap because it's affecting marriages right now. There's a lot of problems coming. The traditional marriage as we used to know it is going down the drain. So I think we need to work on how say you who says single parent, obviously we can't prevent if people don't want to be together. But at least, so who you'll be not so or try to find like a male or a female mother figure or male in their life. There are so many mentors around now. You can have a mentor in your area, someone you can show your child that I want you to be like this man. What I say now the nyama children. So don't just leave it for whatever happens to the child. Be intentional about how you want your child to be. So I think there's so many
yeah
channels nowadays that we are smart. You can teach these children and help them to be the person you want them to be.
you know there's a researcher indicating say Caribbean family,
Mm-hmm.
there's about 51% of them are single parents,
Mm-hmm.
which is the highest proportion of any other ethnic group.
Wow.
Yeah. And ama ebasana there's a poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And those also almost are black.
Mm-hmm.
And ebasana ye wa brucharum say wo UK hanum say. On say already black they are na ihu ye ho say be abrofo no. They have this kind of perception be about us, especially also ebe single parent cry na so it is
Yeah, but
na me nim ekwan a besin busa ekwan be so na ya na yakoye bibifo ya na say those tribe no you treat you ewo abrochire ha dem say say yeah
it's like single parents,
yeah on say o compare to abrofo na I don't say abrofo no so no we also have bi mo ho so single parent. But once say before no sometimes no ko baby kwana ko gye mo akora na ye hu ne se be e bia one more bre ye kwa bi so
Okay, there's like stigmatization
exactly
you
so
on them.
uh
And yeah, I think say unfortunately, yeah, free different like Seneca Caribbean or Africa ha say no. Unse ahanum ye yetenabia. It's ba we have hustling side to us.
yeah
Ain't no most of the time no oja enkola ne ho. Ekoko ye edwuma.
yeah
And you see most of this, I see some kids on the road that
it's no face hardship yeah
exactly. We are like in class 6, 7, 8, 9. What you say?
drug paddling
Exactly. And no money nam konum. What I say just because my minimum kwana single parents no. Onu we jam kola ne ho.
because okoye juma 3 days into me
And to me what? And unfortunately, esa na nkola no mu enyinyi no we jam ketwa ne so amomo. So mo hwe so the oldest, the other oldest and the third oldest no. Obaba be another support parents omo there omo boa younger ones no. So you see a lot of these kids on the streets. So this kind of introduces the kids to, people looking at them like, then away down and color, what you say. So yeah, people will look down upon you if like your kids are on the street. And unfortunately, these are the kids who fall into gangs. Yeah. What you say, yeah, color yeah, no falling into. I always ask myself that yeah, before our population in Europe is very small, but then lots of the gangs and knife problems, no. 80 I can even say
Yeah,
95%.
blacks anymore.
Our blacks name. Why? Because we leave our kids to obo ha we jane bo kwa adwuma no pa. Akra na bebe fie. Obi fie no ne ma bonte.
Say no nti na any kwa say ye my focus ni nyina akoye adwuma because o ka say o ma focus ni nyina akoye adwuma na wade pa bi nso e den
Actually,
hwe wo
yeah.
baby what I say. But having said that no na ye nka say bi a say be we single parent a menye den menye adwuma because na say kwa no hwe UK harim say kwa na
Mm-hmm.
me gidi say bi kwa ka ho na bi a ama housing we kwa be complex
Yeah, very
so
really
I can say
complex here.
yeah, and also rent as well. So because sometimes maybe I'll pay fee kwala be me yes. Yeah, they say be a government na they unlike be 20 30 years ago. So what I say nti
Yeah.
ne nyina no ya de said yetimi ye den ehwe na ye community na ye the black race no maybe say so ya setrema ye betimi ahwe na yetimi resolve na this emma single parent and emma be do pii because you see ano ekoba sa na akoye trend bi asa bi the new generation coming almost be say bi asa bi ya de pa so then some of them also can emulate that so make one bi a me de menya ni we wa
I mean, it's still going on, Mr. Noble. But me, but if they say, "Oh, Bible house, I don't want to get married. I don't want any man in my life. I just want to have a
ah
owner."
ojiji ye said into the ma sa man kasa
Oh, since I know, ebia any experience or have yes, ebia obema ubo no relationship when who any value bia obema need the bar relationship. Ebia obema ni be abuse no and obeha no. It could be say who ha ni parents marriage where and are only interested to be in marriage. It's when any positive role marriages in the life. What else? And I'm banning si baby who say sometimes no, it's better to be on your own than be with a man who will be cheating on you all the time. So those are some of the things that can affect a woman.
yeah
Yeah.
na the mesan so aka biem eba decision making so because of say akoye wo nko an nti no I know it's very tough because we getting it wrong the blames goes on you
Oh yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, of
who
course.
the other partner on my bit me a consult and say okay a kwan say ni bia me person me fast one I say we na me dwen ho so no wa dwen che say why idea and say opinion and say because you are solely making that decision and if that decision goes wrong then it means that you have yourself to blame because
Yeah.
there's no other person around that bit me and then I
Yeah,
having that
yeah.
discussion what you
Yeah,
say
that's true. We be a single parent. Most of the time, say what some I know. I actually have a friend who is a single parent, and ne papa ne buano. What you say? Like I said, even though you're a single parent, you don't have to really be on your own. Look for people in your life. It could be if your mom is still alive, if your parents or your dad is still, or any uncle. What you saying? To oba be man, I say aklane ko boniso. Because we ABI or Babema Bacope, who shall I need the one Bema tear? Oh, uncle be uncle, Quaku say, Nema way no you. Or call her Menine Casa on tear, or yes or yes, say, then I now one natural say, oh, Ama, then my dear, say any, and now papa crap on that, oh, Bema dear, what ya say, and now dear, funny breme.
okay
And now my main friend and I'm in Casa. What ya say?
Alright.
You don't have to do it alone.
Right.
Find support and help you so that ubano hombe ye a ginger ewo
Yeah,
society nim
okay
yeah.
Nelly na yɛde yɛ kasa ɛba wie no mepɛ sɛ mebusa o last question anaasɛ mepɛ sɛ megye opinion ɛfa this question wɔ sɛ woyɛ single parent a ɛyɛ sɛ woyɛ adwuma mmɔ na wobɛlose wo ma meka sɛ lose ma sɛ bia wonnya time ɛmfa ka
Yeah.
wɔn because wonnya time ama ma we all know what can happen to them nkwalaa no
Mm-hmm.
anaasɛ bi a wobɛspend more time with the kids na ebi a ɛba finances nso a sikasɛm a ɛno nso no wo ho bɛkyerɛw ɛwɔ that area no
When I always say sika dear, you can get money anytime. It's best so be invest in your children. What you say?
right
It's better say kakrebi now walk up now. What the best show bano you spend more time with them, you teach them, you bring them up in the way that you want them to be. What you say? No more better. So can it there later? You can always find money, but you can never get back the lost time that you could have made a significant change in your life because then the best is dimensions in abrabomu, the direction, the decision making, even the friends, everything concerning the child, from the color brain, from 0 to 10 or 12, what you say. We have to invest into when you know, Charlie, or do baby, I also, yeah, you can find, bring yourself, start all over again, bring up your businesses. Where who parents require you feel proud, you'll be happy. Most people will say, I made the right choice
Right.
of investing in my
Not
child, and now I'm happy.
So who akwala no do some kind
Exactly.
of yeah.
And you can share your success story with your child later. And also, I like to add that when you are bringing up a child, also interact with their children. Sasemichi while you insult me, oh, Kwesi, I did what you're saying.
Right.
Their children also have
Of
opinions.
course. Why not? Yes.
Exactly. So, Ushana said, we'll make a decision. Be now, you can speak to your child and ask them of their opinions, and they can tell you what they want. Then you can direct them.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Nelly. Na ahwefo of quarter show na ahanum say ne yede yam komo no ebesi na kakra me so meka twato ene say Oma sebe aya omo ejage single parent for no se wo hu obi na bi o single parent whether say oye oba ana say bema me pese bi a wobenya a different perspective about them ana say bi a obe bomode na bi a wa ben nipa no na bi a wabu say kwan e fa so a a man me single parent because the nimu say the normal bebree ene eba ebi wo no mate say ye kan ye kasa mu before no e bi a na accident bi ene bi a to nipa no and the partner e wo kwam eno nti na eden ama no wa eden aba be single parent nti no that perception I nya fa san krofo no mepese bi a ye benya adwen foforo de afa ho na ebie mu nso se wo hwɛ sa video anasa on saka video we na bi a wo sa situation ni bi a mesre wo se wo begya comment e wase wo ye video no so ye video na se ama ye na ye hu e bi a se be kwan ye bi e fa so ye bi eden wo nso no find yourself in that situation no na ye be san so ahye mu se eye program ya mo hwɛ ye eye the quarter show se wo ye nipa we first time maybe a what chance to this video a best say be either obe subscribe or na what share video no there man na what like no what comment so your Facebook and your TikTok the mindset most studios na hanum say any of them ebesi medo bibiase